Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'll do unboxing of the Senada by Herald. There is a little bit difference between Herald and Herald Plus, which I'm gonna make another video about this. But this one is gonna be more budget bicycle, so it will be a little bit cheaper. So let's open up to see how it's packed, how to assemble it. Then I'll go over all the specifications on this bike. So let's open up and see how the bicycle is actually packed. From the top, over here you're gonna find seat, everything well packed. And here's a look from the side. Everything looks like packed very well. I'm gonna remove few boxes to show you what is inside the boxes. So let's see what is inside of these boxes. Okay, this is a charger, and it says here's another bike's charger, and it's a 2 amp charger. And I like that they already put stickers that it's another bike, so I know which charger it is. Alright, you got the reflectors you need to install. Also you got some wrench tool. Then you got tools. You got a set of actually nice tool over here in a plastic bag, I guess. You got set of the Allen key tools, pedals, full-size pedals. It looks like aluminum. You got instruction manual. Also you got Senada and Herald installation manual. So the first step I'm gonna do, you need to turn around this stem, handlebar stem, this way. So you would just turn this way, okay, and then you would retighten them up with Allen key again, and you need to retighten first from the top. So what I'm going to do first to remove this bracket, the 4 bolts, and once you remove this bracket, you just bring up the handlebar up right over here. Let's see. So the Shimano shifter going to be on your right side, and reattach this bracket the same way you just removed with the same bolts. The next step, I will attach the wheel. Before you're attaching the wheel, you would remove this bolt from both sides, including the washer. Okay, so there should be only one washer from each side. And you do the same thing on this side. This way it will be easy to attach. The next step gonna be stepping on the plastic, which is protecting the fork, removing, and insert. I need to hold it, I guess. And the bike is very light without battery, actually. And you just need to attach this way. So the brake will be on your left side. And you just drop it like this. You would attach this washer on one side, and then the nut. Okay, with hands first. And you do exactly the same thing on this side. Then you would use this wrench tool. It's already included. Tighten up from both sides. The next step gonna be attaching the fenders, the front fenders, and headlight. In order to attach the headlight and fender, you would need to remove this bolt with a nut behind. Then you would need to remove this bolt from both sides with Allen key and reattach the fenders and headlight. I'll show you how it looks after I install it off the camera. And here's how it will look once you install it. So you would attach this headlight with a bolt, nut on the back, tighten up, and you would attach from both sides over here with the same bolts you just removed. So it's very simple. Make sure there's space between wheel and the fender so it will not rub. And next step will be attaching the rack. If you don't need it, you don't have to attach it, but because the rack comes with a tail light and turn signals, you would need to attach it this way. But before attaching, you would need to remove this bolt from here, and from another side. And now you would need to attach this rack. So I remove this 4 bolts from both sides, and I'm gonna start from the top, attaching one by one. I do everything by hand, just a little bit. Don't tighten them up completely until you align. Then I do on this side as well. And you do from another side as well. Over here, you're gonna find cable, which you will have to plug in with a tail light cable right over here. You would just align it. There's 2 arrows. You just align and push from both sides once you tighten up the rack. And then you would use a zip tie to secure this cable. And then you would attach the pedals. Over here you'll find R and L. R going to the right side, on your right hand side, right over here. And I use a wrench tool to tighten up. And you do the same thing on another side. And the next you would attach the seat. You just insert it like this, whatever length you want to go with, and close the latch on the side. And here's how the bike will look once you assemble. As you saw, the assembly is very simple. And make sure you tighten all the bolts, nuts, put the air pressure correctly. These tires can keep up to 20 psi. They are by Chaoyang. So it's a kind of off-road tires, but you can ride them in the city. I want to show you how it will look on this bike. And then, as I do always, go over all the specs. So I can lift the hand, like the seat, higher if I want to. The seat can go up to like 39 inches from the ground. And the position is pretty comfortable so far. I like the way it's kind of set it up so far. And I'll show you the display. I'm actually surprised, since this is a budget category, but they do have nice upgraded display. So as performance-wise, might be a little bit downgraded, but it might be actually beneficial to some people as well. I will explain you why. So that's how the Personal 511 will look on this bike. And this is step through, so you can go through frame, which is more useful in many cases if you have a cargo. And this bike does come with a nice large rack. It's pretty long rack. Can attach basket or whatever you want to. Same thing, you can attach the basket on the front, and I believe they do sell them. So as you can see, probably if you have one already Herald, I know a lot of people love the Herald, so you will see there's not much difference from the distance, but I'm gonna get closer so you can see all the difference. And I'm gonna wear today the Senada helmet. It's designed for higher speed. And also I wear the sunglasses which are polarized from Outdoor Master. I'm gonna check out to see if I can see with polarized glasses the display, because it's color display. Some bicycles have a reduction in visually. So if you have like polarized glasses, some bicycles, you cannot really see display. So we're gonna check it out on this model to see if you can see with polarized glasses as well. And the good about this helmet is designed up to 28 miles per hour speed. So it's kind of high speed helmet. It comes with a front headlight and 3 modes on the back, like tail light, so people can see better. It's more safe on the road. So now let's go closer to the bike and see all the spec. So let's start with the display first, because it's a great upgrade. I'm gonna remove this film. It will make really nice now. Turn on button over here, very large button, and look on this display. Not only it's very clear, it's color, huge numbers, and over here pedal assist plus, and you can see switching, so you can see actually pretty good. And it comes with 5 pedal assist level. The minus will reduce it. Also come with odometer, since I didn't ride the bike yet, so everything 0. It comes also with voltage and time. So it's missing so far. It looks like there's no power voltage show, so I don't know how much power peak we're gonna be on this bike. But again, we're gonna test out in the hill to see if it's enough power to pull me up to the hill. So the battery indication right here, and also as a voltage. The voltage usually more accurate. So it's 53.7. I just charge the battery, so it's fully charged. It also comes with a horn, which is very loud as well, and turn signals. Let me show you how turn signals works. So you just switch left to the left, right to the right, middle it will be off. This is brake light, and to turn light on, I will just push the plus sign and hold it, and the light should go on right now. And here's the headlight. It's off, and now it's on, and it's pretty bright should be. I think it's exactly the same as on the Senada Saber Plus or Herald Plus, so it's the same headlight. The fork looks the same, and it actually works very similar. So when I push it, you can feel it. It comes with a preload adjustment on the left, and it comes with a locking mechanism on the right. So once you lock in, the fork will stay in place. Usually just use unlocked, so it will be more softer, smooth ride. And it comes with 7-speed Shimano cassette, and also Shimano tourney derailleur and Shimano shifter, 7-speed. And it comes with a half throttle, also vegan leather handles on both sides, right over here as well. So it feels comfortable to hold, and some rest over here, so you can ride it for longer distance. Pretty comfortable. And handlebar, it's about 26.5 inches wide. The seat a little bit looks like the same, but a little bit wider. That's what I think, versus to the Plus, but same kind of soft, nice seat. So it can go as low as 33.5 inches down and 39 inches above the ground. Here's a rack, 25 kilo maximum weight capacity, pretty long, and it comes with a dual mud guards, rear and front. And now you may have a questions, how come this one is downgraded bike? Why it's a budget bike? Why it's not the same as a Plus? Why it's cheaper? Okay, let me show you why. So it comes with a smaller brakes, which is mechanicals, versus to the Plus one hydraulic. This one only 160 millimeters disc brakes. We're gonna check it out to see how the stopping power, because this bike should be not as fast. I don't know how fast it will go, but we're gonna check it out. And the same thing, 160 millimeter, the rear brakes. So that's a difference. The brakes, the motor a little bit should be weaker, and the battery only 17.5 amp. So it's a little bit smaller, but I like the battery. How it sits about the same. You can see over here fully charged indication, all greens, and over here is the locking. On another side, you're gonna find USB port right here, which is functional. Also, I noticed when you engage the brakes, you're gonna see the light, red light over here. It's pretty much normal. Actually, it's good sign. So in case if you have no power and throttle doesn't work and your light is on, it means something wrong with your braking sensor. So you would need to adjust the brakes in order to the throttle and pedal assist to work. That helps sometimes to troubleshoot in the future. The controller still right over here behind, same box I guess. So everything the same looks like. So the only upgrades, downgrades, was the motor, the brakes, and upgrades. I think the display was upgraded, which is color display now. Very clear, nice display, pretty large. Like this kind of switch, easy, large button, and everything else about the same. So now we're gonna go for a test to see how the bicycle will perform on the street and uphill. And I'm pedal assist level 1, get about 6 miles per hour. Pedal assist level 2, about 10 miles an hour. Very nice acceleration. I feel like this bike might be somewhere. I think it's gonna be pretty good actually for some people, but we're gonna test out the brakes and speed, also the hill climbing. So I feel like actually very happy so far. that gear number 1 works. No need to cut it. I will see how it will go long run. So I'm gonna have a speed on the top corner, left corner, and we're gonna test it to see if it's accurate. So I'm gonna go to pedal assist level 5, probably the top speed. And the good about, let's see if I can see. I can see everything, very clear display in a shade. I'm not sure how it will be on the sun with the polarized glasses. We're gonna check it out later. So let's go and see how fast. Oh, it has nice acceleration, much smoother acceleration. 16, 19 miles an hour, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 26, 27, 28. So it was 28 based on GPS, like between 27 28. We're gonna take it off on the street to ride for longer distance. And now I'm gonna put gear number 7 and test it out how fast I can pedal the bike comfortably. Going about 18, 21, 22, 24, 26, and so far 28, and I can still pedal nicely, no ghost pedaling. Actually, let's see if I can. So about 27, 28 miles. I think something wrong with my GPS for some reason. It's display show me one information, and the GPS show me a little bit jumping. We're gonna see when I'm riding on the long road to see actually more accurate speed. So about 28, and then I can feel the power is cut off. And I did remove the limiter, so I put 200. So it probably removes the limit for throttle, I guess. But so far it was like that. So we're gonna test out the brakes. I'm gonna go pedal assist level 5. And gonna stop right here. Oh wow, actually this is mechanical brakes, but they're actually not bad. I never had mechanical brakes which were able to lock the rear wheel. So you probably hear it did lock the rear wheel. So that's a good part, but it's still mechanical. So it's just pulling the cables. Let me see on the stop sign. Oh, it's nice acceleration. Yeah, okay. So I can see now why they put mechanical. It's not actually bad at all. So it's not bad at all compared to previous they used to have. So this brake are actually working pretty good. Even the mechanical, they still provide good stopping power. That's the most important part. This is mechanical. It's very easy to fix, replace, adjust for anyone, because I do even have a video about it. I'll post it in the description how adjust the brakes mechanical. Very easy. So I'm pedaling on level 2 assist, about 11 miles an hour. Very comfortable pedaling for me, 5'11". The seat can go even higher. I don't think there's much space to increase the handlebar, but you don't really need it. I think it's good enough. And I weigh 215 pounds, so that's a make difference for some people. Like we'll see the speed might go up. When I tested with no load, the speed was going up to, I believe, 29 miles an hour, and the speed pretty accurate. So with pedal assist level 3, the 4 will go higher to 21 miles an hour, and then 5 would be the top speed. I noticed this bike, I like this bike actually better for everyday ride in a city most likely. It's not that jerky as a powerful bike like they have Senada Plus. It has a little bit more power. So if you have a lot of stops and go, this one a little bit smoother. It's still a nice acceleration, but you can easily pedal on this bike on the low speed. And I'm gonna switch to 0 pedal assist, and then let's see, number 3 gears, and see how easy to pedal. Oh yeah, it's pedaling fine. I guess the same way as a Senada Herald Plus gonna be. There will be no difference. I think they use the same chainry setup, so all the like the same. So there will be probably no difference in this. So the only difference, the brakes, the motor power, and we're gonna test it out. Throttle only over here. With throttle only, we're gonna see the top speed, and then we're gonna use a heel test. So this way we're gonna give some stress for 3 miles on throttle only, so we'll get controller overheated or not, and if the motor will get overheated because the motor. So, and see how about the top speed. So far 27, 28 on display. And then brake. Actually the brakes works good. I would say they're good enough. Oh yeah, I would not really worry about brakes on this bike. But the top speed only 28 miles an hour with my weight on it. Actually that's exactly what they say on the website. With a plus one you get about up to 30, 31. So the plus will be faster because there's more power in it, most likely, like 1000 watt motor. This one is 750, I would assume. It doesn't say on the motor, but it's another motor on it. So this bike has 750 watt continuous power and probably about 1000 peak. The plus has 1000 watt continuous power with about 1200 and above a little bit. I believe 12 and a half or something like that, up to 1300. So let's go. And we're right before the hill. I'm gonna turn around and without even stopping I'm gonna get here. I don't know if it will make it because usually budget bicycles like with 750 watt motors, they don't make it uphill usually, but we're gonna test it out. 1, 2, 3, go. And this was after speed test, so it's a lot of stress on controller and motor as well. So going about 16 miles an hour. I'm gonna go with display. It's I think more accurate for some reason. And now it's about 9 miles an hour. So Senada Plus made uphill about 8 miles an hour, I believe last time. About the same with Herald, I think about 8 or 9 miles an hour. So 1000 watt motor, but we're going about 6 miles an hour. Based on the display, and GPS shows 7, now 6, so it's about 6 or 7. So if it will make it uphill even with 5 miles an hour, that's impressive. So let's see. I don't see any peak power because there's no peak power on this bike. So far it's 6 miles an hour, so it's even 6 miles, it's very good for 750 watt motor. I think the Mayor made about 6 miles an hour, which is very impressive. And now it's turned off. Wait, it's completely off. Yep. So looks like we overheated, but we almost made it up to the hill, and bike turned off. The throttle is not working, We still have 50.9 voltage, completely off. Interesting. So let me turn around. So it's got overheated, I guess. All the way on top, no air course, nothing. Oh, now it's okay. Let's see, now it's back on. Let's go more. So now it went up. So the power was cut off. I think the controller got overheated. Let me test it out to check it out to see if turn off. The motor is actually not that hot at all. The controller, oh okay, I can feel like controller getting hot. So I believe this controller a little bit smaller than on another bike. And let's make circle. And so okay, so far we figure out that the controller probably get overheated, not the motor. So the motor is great. It's pull up to this hill just fine as 750 watt motor. Some 1000 watt motor will go up to the speed as well. So the motor is still good for uphill testing, I mean for uphill riding. But again, if we need more hill rides, like faster a little bit, then the plus. But this bike only 2 miles less on the speed on the street and 2 miles less in uphill. It turned off due to the controller got overheated, looks like, but no air cord, nothing. And now we're gonna go downhill and test it out how the brakes. I'm gonna stop it like at probably 25 miles. Stop. Okay, so it was like locking wheel, but not as strong as hydraulic. So again, if you do riding in a hill area a lot, you want to get plus model. That's my conclusion. But also I noticed this bike does not come with a turn off button on the right side. Like all the Herald and Saber 1000 watt motors would have a red button on the right side. You would turn it off, control like the throttle. This bike does not have these options. So this bike just as many as the 750 watt motor, because it's not as powerful, but for me, I think this bike is pretty powerful for 750 watt motors. The motor might be even 1000. I don't know. It doesn't have a label. About my test, because I think people are a little bit getting confused. The reason I do this uphill test and then 3 miles ride on going on the road on throttle only, to test it out to see what the worst case conditions you can handle on this bike. So some bicycle can handle more torture, some bicycle can handle less. So for example, most people buy the electric bicycle not just to use throttle. If you own throttle only, you should buy probably e-moped style with comfortable seat, more comfortable position riding, and enjoy like motorcycle type. But many people buying this type of bicycle to pedal it. I love to pedal. This bike comes with a cadence sensor, but pedaling is very natural on this bike. Even its cadence sensor, I feel like I'm pedaling about 12 miles an hour. That's what it says on, but it's very comfortable and give me some exercise. So that's one of the reasons most people would buy this bike, I would assume. So you will not have this issue like I just had my controller turn off. That's why I'm making this video, to show you if you use a throttle only for a long period of time and then to ride in the hills, your controller will get overheated. Also, we have temperature outside about 90 degrees right now. It's a little bit hot today, so that's another probably affecting on the temp on the controller and motor. The motor I touched with my fingers, it was not hot at all. So I don't know, I don't have thermometer in my fingers, but I can tell you it's not hot, but I can feel it. It's a box of the controller inside is getting hotter, so it means it's probably get a little bit overheated, and that can happen to any bicycle. But if you're gonna ride it as bicycle like I do right now, even on higher speed but assist with your pedaling, there will be not that much torture to the bike. You will not lose that much power in your battery life. Your controller shouldn't be overheated because you're gonna use only small percentage of the power, and this way you can not only ride for longer distance but also enjoy exercise and ride for longer distance safer, and the bike will last longer. Again, if you're riding only throttle only, the throttle actually attached to the pedal assist, so in order to go to the top speed you have to change pedal assist level. I just noticed this, and I think the same thing with the Plus models now, so you have to change pedal assist all the way to the 5 in order to go top speed. Talking about comfortability pedaling, it's very comfortable to me. I like this bike, it's comfortable, step through, it's one of the best stability, I think. I'm not sure why, but the way they design them, it's more stable, I think, on the road, like better handling the road than a Saber, but actually they look the same, and the way you ride, it's about the same. This should be no different. But if you need to have cargo, I recommend to choose the Herald versus the Saber. I don't know if they're gonna have different color. This is white, it's gonna be for my wife. She likes this bike. But if you want step through, I think it's the best way to go step through if you're gonna have cargo. Easy to get on, easy to get off, regardless of your age. They are lighter bikes. They are much lighter bicycles than any bike in this power category, and also the frame a little bit slimmer. You can see it right here. It's a little bit slimmer, but also it's very durable, so I never have any issue with the frame. And they keep the same frame for over 3 years since I know the company. They only keep upgrading, some seats upgraded now, display on this bike, fork exactly the same, feels like on the Saber Plus. The controller, definitely they listed as a little bit smaller. So the controller a little bit smaller, and the brakes. So the brakes, probably one of the consideration I would consider, because to replace the brakes might cost you $150 to $200 sometimes if you don't do it by yourself. So if you need hydraulic brakes, you think you're gonna ride top speed all the time, and you need in a city braking or hill braking very well, then you might consider to get Plus model. If you don't need hydraulic brakes, you're gonna ride it like, because at the beach you ride only like 10 miles an hour, which you can brake right away on this bike. It will brake right away. Let me show you. I'm going about 10, go. You see, it's even lock the rear wheel. So at 10 miles an hour, so it's just for the beach cruising. Like if you live in Florida or anywhere by beach, it's a great options to go with mechanical. It's cheaper, should be, this bike should be much cheaper, about $200 probably dollars cheaper, but you will not really feel as like performance difference unless you're going all the way to the top speed. But I think this bike is better set up for pedaling as a pedal assist level 1, 2 or 3. So again, it's kind of your consideration, and if you want to see the difference between this bike and Saber Plus, because I'm gonna have also Saber, same bike, a budget one that I have, and I'll make video compare them. So subscribe to my channel. I'll have discount code in description. I believe it's $80 on one bike, but if you're gonna go through the link, you're gonna get probably more discounts. So it will be a very good deal on these bikes. They're very well made now. It looks good. Mechanical usually have less problems. And then check them out. Come back to my channel in a week or two. I'm gonna have a compare video most likely, so you will see the difference between this bike side by side versus 2 Plus model. Also, if you need the helmet, the X-Nito, I'm gonna have link in description with discount as well, and the glasses I have discount as well. I have few sunglasses from the company Outdoor Master. They're looking and they're very good. I actually wear one of them everywhere because they're very durable, very clear, polarized, and I have a few pairs which I ride at night because they become clear. They are photochromic, so you can see them everything at night. Very good. So that was Senada Herald today. We did unboxing, assembly, speed test, hill test, went through all this information. If you still have any questions, go back to comments area and ask me. And I know this display looks different, but the way it works exactly the same as other models. You push plus and minus, and it will go to the settings, as you can see, and you can switch with power button. When you click, it'll go through pedal assist, and you can change if you know what you need to change, of course. So PO8, it's a speed. I put 200. So 100 usually it removes the limits, so you can go through all this and change the light if you need to, like to make the display brighter, miles, kilometers, and go back. You just push again plus and minus and go. I need to tighten up. I usually use electric tape. If it's loose like this, I don't try to tighten the bolts. Usually electric tape inside, so it will stay better. Otherwise you can break the plastic. That's a life hack, I noticed. But otherwise I put tape on the handlebar and put on top of it, so it will stay really good. I noticed if you push plus sign, it will go to the headlight. If you push minus sign and hold it, it should go activate the pedal assist like right now, and it changed to P, so it means pedal assist level activated. And again, I didn't use today actually much turn signals. I even forgot about them, but horn is very loud. So this bike is basically everything you need to have. It's already on this bike. You buy this bike and you can go right on the street, off-road, whichever you want. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.